Moxie was so much fun, you guys. You were both excellent in it. Uh, so yeah, I really had a great time watching. But the first thing that stood out to me is just how great it is to see a story where one voice inspires many. And so I was wondering, Sabrina, could you talk about how Caitlin is inspired by or empowered by Moxie?
Yeah, of course. I think in the beginning, she's a little bit she doesn't really understand a lot of what Moxie stands for. I think she thinks it's a cool thing. She likes what it means and what it's talking about, but I don't think she really finds her voice or really what she stands for until a little halfway through with the protest of the dress code. But I think it's really cool how, Vivian may not have gone into making Moxie wanting to accomplish necessarily fighting the dress code specifically, but along the way, everyone finds their own fight to fight. And I think that's really cool.
I do as well. Now, on the other hand, Charlie, Bradley is a little bit more in between, shall we say, the war of two worlds of Mitchell and Moxie. Can you talk about where he stands at the start of the film?
Yeah, I think at the start of the film, I suppose he's a little more. He kind of just wants everyone to be happy, and that might mean maintain the status quo a little bit, which is not always the solution. And I think as the story progresses, I think hopefully he learns that, and he does take part. Or I won't say, but he takes part in something at the end that I think alludes to the fact that maybe he has learned his lesson. That sometimes you have to fight these norms, and sometimes you have to take action.
Yes, I did enjoy the subtle through line of his progression. I agree with that. Now, I loved the bonding on screen of the Moxie girls. It really felt like they genuinely connected. So I was wondering what the conversations were like for you off screen, Sabrina, and then for you as well. Just what did you learn in real life, Charlie, from the script?
I think what's really special about Moxie is that bond that you see on screen is in real life as well. I think we all became best friends with each other throughout this experience. And still to this day, we all are very close. We talk almost every day, every week at least. And I genuinely have a love for each and every one of those girls in Moxie and in this cast, which I think is very special to be able to mirror that on set.
Yeah, I definitely ditto to that. That's definitely one thing I learned, is that off-screen chemistry definitely leads to on-screen chemistry. That's for sure. And then in terms of overall message of the film, I think I learned, or at least my knowledge of this was reinforced, that when you work together, there's really nothing that you can't accomplish, no matter how big the goal.
I love that. I also loved the morning announcements. I just thought they were a lot of fun. So I was wondering, is there any, I just forgot the word, improvisation for those, or how were those filmed?
Yeah, there was a ton of improv with those, which was so much fun, especially when Amy Poehler is your director. You are blessed with one of the greatest improvisers in history. So just like popping in new jokes and new lines was definitely happening all the time with those morning announcements. Although we did also have a teleprompter, which was nice, but that was constantly changing, and we were popping in one-liners a lot. So improv was present and always happening for sure.
Oh, I love that. That. The good combo. Sabrina, speaking of having Amy Poehler as your director, how did she help you shape your character, and then also just inspire you as a fabulous woman in power?
I mean, going into it, it was very intimidating, of course, knowing that Amy Poehler is going to be your director. I think I had a lot of nerves, especially with, knowing the impact of what this message was going to be and wanting to be able to portray this character well and really give her the, character she deserved. And the best thing about having Amy as your director is she makes you feel so comfortable. She was able to not just direct me, but also let me find my own character and really bring her how I wanted to bring her to life. And she would just kind of guide you. It was never really like this is how it's supposed to be and this is how you need to do it. It was very much, I want you to find that inside of you and bring that out. So it was very genuine and authentic, which I really love about her. And I'm just constantly inspired by Amy every day. I mean, she's constantly growing and changing and fighting and finding new ways to, you know, make something stronger and more powerful and speak up for what is right, which I think is just so admirable.
I love that. Now, if you each had to describe your characters in like 3 adjectives, what would you use if you're like selling your character to someone? Charlie.
I would say spirited, clumsy, and nervous.
Jeez, this is tough. I would say willing, intelligent, and strong.
I love it. Wonderful. Paints very vivid pictures for you both. And then finally, you talked about it a little bit, but what do you take away now from the word Moxie after having been in the film? What does Moxie mean to you?
I think for me, Moxie is just, you know, standing up for what you believe in, even if it's the unpopular thing to do, not being afraid of what other people think, but doing the right thing anyway.
Yeah, for me, definitely all that. And also there's a sense of perseverance, I think, with that word for me now, for sure. It's like, no matter what obstacles pop up, you know, run through the wall, just break it, keep going.
I love it. Thank you guys so much. You're both wonderful, beautiful tropical fishes. And I will talk to you later, hopefully, in your next projects.